This is the most insane collection of books that I have seen all together in one place at the same time. A true treat of a video, most of the most coveted comics in the hobby all together in one video. And I want to start by saying that all of these books that are featured in this video are available now at brycecomics.com. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off all in-stock items. That doesn't apply to the big boy books, but most of the big boy books in this video are available for trade. So if you're interested in trading, consolidating your collection, please just send me a list. A spreadsheet is usually the easiest, and I'll crunch the numbers on that. And while you're there at the website, sign up for the newsletter. Give me till next week to draw the winners for February, but we got a brand new set of giveaways for the month of March. If you subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, and like this video, you're entered to win the YouTube giveaway. And if you subscribe to the newsletter at brycecomics.com, you're entered to win a separate giveaway, and it's where you get first notification of new inventory like the books that you're going to see in this video. Also, follow me over on Whatnot. We got some massive, crazy, awesome shows coming up. There's a link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase, and I always have books in the Buy It Now for 15 bucks. So, you may have noticed we made it to Montana. Well, at least I made it to Montana. Those that follow the channel know that we recently moved the shop from California to Montana, so no more California sales tax if you live in California, and there's no sales tax in Montana. And my employees, young Riley and young Marcus, are coming with me, but they won't be here for about a week and a half. So I'm riding solo. The move went relatively smooth. I mean, we loaded everything up into a U-Haul trailer. I towed a U-Haul trailer, and then I have a U-Haul pod coming. Went through like one whiteout blizzard condition, but all in all, a relatively smooth trip as far as moves go. So I wanted to get this video up because I put a lot of money out in these collections. Two of them I bought the day before I left, and one of them I got the day after I got here. So let's talk a little bit about these collections. The first one, the biggest one, is the one I got the day after I got here. I paid $140,000 for 10 books. 10 books from one collector, all grails, $140,000 is about 85% of fair market value, which is crazy. And the reason that I was able to pay that much is my intention is to offer them for trades. I add about 20% to the value of the book for trade, and that's where I can make my margins and make it work. So that's the collection I got here. The day before I moved, I got two collections. One was just a standard collection purchase. I paid $26,000. We'll go through some of those books here today, normally I can offer about 60% of fair market value for, like, you know, common stuff like regular collections, and then of course I can do much better than 60% for grail. So if you're interested in selling your collection, contact info down below, and let me make you an offer. It's a super smooth process. You know, all of these, I provide the shipping label, it's fully insured. The day they get here, I send payment super quick. Sometimes when you sell with auction houses and things like that, it can take months and months for you to get your money. You don't know how much money you're gonna get, so it's just nice to know how much you're going to get and to get your money fast when you do decide to sell. And the last collection is my new friend Alan. Alan has been collecting comics since 1967. He said was the first time he bought a comic. He's collected comics his entire life, and he got most of them graded himself. So the collection that I bought from him is about 330 slabs, and only a handful of them did he buy already graded. Most of them he submitted himself, which was great. So I would imagine what Alan did was he probably only got the books that were worth getting graded, came to about 330 slabs over the years, and the rest of his books he must have, you know, parted out some other way, because I only bought the slabs from him. He came the day before I left, and we just loaded up his collection, 330 slabs, into the U-Haul trailer and hauled it across Montana, no issues whatsoever. But it was really cool to see most of his books. You know, he's got a lot of runs and things like that, and most of them, I believe, were not pressed and cleaned, so there could be some opportunity for bumps. I'm just so busy with everything going on right now, I don't have a whole lot of time to do CPR. But with all of that said, let's turn this camera around and take a look at some serious eye candy. Let's start with the big boy, and this lighting actually doesn't really even do these books justice. I don't have my LED strips yet, they're coming in the pod. But here we have Amazing Fantasy 15 and a 4.5 origin and first appearance of Spider-Man, and the first appearance of Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Beautiful colors on this one. No Marvel chipping. Available for trade. All the details are at brycecomics.com, and if it's still available, it'll be there on the website, and if it's sold out, it'll say sold out. House of Secrets number 92 and a 9.6. First appearance of Swamp Thing, and this book is crazy. There's no grader's notes on this book, and I can't really see any perceivable flaws on the spine. There may be maybe a couple areas with spine stress, but it doesn't appear to break color. As far as the corners, they're nice and sharp. Sometimes these books have wear down on the corners, if I get the camera to focus. But this one is certainly within the realm of allowable in a 9.8. I mean, I've seen 9.8s that look worse than this. So I just don't have the balls to crack this thing out. I mean, what if it were to get dropped or something? But there's a huge price increase. I think the last sale was $33,000 for 9.6, and the last sale of the 9.8 was a record breaker for $88,000. So if you got the cojones to crack it out and resubmit and press this book, there could be a huge payday in it for that. But absolute feather in your cap at a 9.6 as it is. Amazing Spider-Man #1 in a 4.0, beautiful copy. Also, no Marvel chipping. This goes to my buddy Muddy Moves Comics on Instagram. That's Muddy_Moves_Comics. He has his current giveaway going on right now. He's giving away some Bryce Comics exclusives, and he has his first live sale, and he's got some fire books. So make sure to go give Muddy_Moves_Comics a follow on Instagram, and he already bought this book. Incredible Hulk 181 in 8.5 with white pages, first full appearance of Wolverine. Fantastic Four #1 in a 3.5, origin and first appearance of the Fantastic Four, the landmark issue that kicked off the Silver Age in 1961. One of the most important comics in comic book collecting. Journey into Mystery #83 in a 4.5, origin and first appearance of Thor. And this is, I believe, is the first time I've ever seen this book come through the shop, which makes it extra cool because, when you see books come through over and over and over again, it starts to, I wouldn't even say it starts to lose its appeal. I mean, it's still exhilarating every single time you see these, but to see it for the first time, to own one for the first time, absolutely awesome to see that. Journey into Mystery 83. X-Men 1 3.5, white pager, nice addition on this one. I need to pull up oh, that's what it is right there, because I was like, this thing presents really well. There's a piece out there. If it wasn't for that piece out with the 3.5 white pages, it would be much higher grade, but honestly, I actually just noticed it for the first time. So a beautiful presenting 3.5 white pager, origin first appearance of X-Men. Iron Man 55 and a 9.8 with white pages. First appearance of Thanos and a whole bunch more, including Drax and Eros, and a 9.8 white, perfect wrap, almost perfect cut. Beautiful copy. Incredible Hulk #1 in a 4.0. Awesome addition on this one is the white pages. White pager, origin and first appearance of the Incredible Hulk, first appearance of Rick Jones, Betty Ross, and General Thunderbolt Ross. Just absolutely incredible. So awesome to see this. And another book that is the first time, I believe this is the first time I've ever owned this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 in a 7.0 with white pages, origin and first appearance of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Splinter and Shredder wraparound cover. One of the lower grade copies on the census. Most of these most graded copies are higher than the 7, but that means it's quote-unquote affordable. I think it's about a $10,000 book. Great, opportunity for someone who's a TMNT fan to consolidate your collection and trade for this holy grail. So that was it for the $140,000 collection, and this we're going to get into just some of the $26,000 collection. Starting off with Albedo #2 in a 9.4 with white pages, signed and sketched on the case by Stan Sakai. If you don't like it, you can rub it off, or you can have it reholdered. It's the first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo, one of the longest running independent comic series of all time, starting starting in 1984. Just an absolute classic. Beautiful to see that one's available for trade. Now this is freaking awesome. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. I've never seen all these in one place. Ultimate Fallout #1. So this is Ultimate Fallout 1 through 6, 6-issue miniseries. They all have these connecting covers by Marco de Georgia, and we got all of them. So here's Ultimate Fallout 1, 1 in 25 and a 9.6. Number 2, 1 in 25 and a 9.6. Number 3, 1 in 25 and a 9.6. Number 4, 1 in 25 and a 9.8 for the first appearance of Miles Morales. And then we got number 5 in a 9.8 with the custom label, and number 6 in a 9.6 with the custom label. Let's get a shot of these all together. Absolutely stunning to see all of these covers together. I mean, I don't even care what you think about the Ultimate Fallout 4, the Georgia and the 9.8. It is awesome to see these. You can't deny that. Sorry for the lighting. But there they are, all together connecting covers. Continuing, we got some more Miles Morales Grails Ultimate Spider-Man #1 from 2011, the first solo series for Miles Morales, the second appearance of Miles Morales, first appearance of his parents in the Ultimate Prowler. This is the 1 in 30 Sarah Pichelli variant. And of course the first print, 9.8 for the first appearance of Miles Morales. This is a rare book that I had never seen, Cap Up #3 from Felix Lugo, and it's signed by Felix Lugo and Todd McFarlane, double signed with the custom label, and Cap Up stands for Collectors Against Publishers' Undesirable Practices. Very, very interesting to see this book. Leave a note in the comments if you guys have any more details about the history of that book. Very hard to find sales data or anything like that. Curse of the Spawn #1, black and white edition in a 9.8. Spawn Director's Cut #1. This is cover A. So this was from the Kickstarter that came with the action figures that he sold on Kickstarter. And you got the comics. You got a red foil for a certain one. You got a silver foil for the artist proof one, and a green foil for the modern Spawn action figure Kickstarter variant. Usagi Yojimbo #10 in a 9.8 white. First appearance of Jay, one of the main enemies for Usagi. Even cooler about this book is that it's a super early appearance of Leonardo right there on the cover. Just a classic collectible from 1988. Batman Adventures #12 in a 9.6 CBCS, first appearance of Harley Quinn. The Scorched #1, this is the 1 in 250 that was individually numbered and signed by Todd McFarlane with the full Todd signature for the Scorched, and for Gunslinger #1, number 454. Oh, How the Mighty Have Fallen, Captain Marvel #17. If you've had your eye on this book, I remember when this was a $6,000 book. I think it's sub 1,000 now. This is the second print, or the first cover appearance of Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Wizard Magazine #1, 9.6. This is from 1991. This is the San Diego Comic-Con Collector's Edition, signed by Todd McFarlane. Amazing Spider-Man 316, 9.8 newsstand edition, first full cover appearance of Venom. And then we have a direct edition signed by Todd McFarlane with the custom label. Amazing Spider-Man 129 in a 9.4 white pages. Now this came from a separate deal. I did a trade for my 9.8 white for a couple books and some cash for the first appearance of the Punisher. So I actually have two 9.4s right now. This one I do not believe is a CPR candidate. It is a beautiful 9.4 white pager, but the other one I believe is a CPR candidate. We'll get to here in just a sec. And this was the other book that was part of that deal, Amazing Spider-Man #2 in a 5.0. Third appearance of Spider-Man, first appearance of the Vulture, just a classic Spidey key. All right, so that was it for the $26,000 collection. That, again, that was just some of the highlights. We'll have a future video where we go through all the books. And now we're getting into Alan's collection. And I forgot to mention that Alan said, you know, I asked him, why are you selling, you know, after collecting all these years? And he said, you know, I'm into my 70s, I'm getting along in age. I don't have family that's interested in taking this over, and it's just time to let them go. So I think he made some decent money considering, you know, how long he's been collecting. I'm sure he paid, you know, pennies on the dollar for what he actually got out of them, and enjoyed them for decades upon decades, which is just so awesome. So this is the other 9.4. It's off-white to white, first appearance of the Punisher, but I believe it's a CPR candidate. You know, I would do it myself, but I just don't like, I think a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. Like if I sell this as a 9.4, I already make my profit on there. If I crack it out, there's always the chance that something could happen to it in the process. There is like there's no graders notes, a little bit of non-color breaking spine stress that I think can be improved. So I think it's a good opportunity for somebody who wants to, you know, take the risk and try to reap the reward. Daredevil number 168 and 9.6, origin and first appearance of Elektra. And again, remember, he didn't press or clean most of these, so there could be opportunity in a lot of them. Ghost Rider number 1, first appearance of the Son of Satan in a 7.5. House of Secrets 92 and a 2.5, a much more affordable version of that classic cover and first appearance. Amazing Spider-Man number 13, first appearance of Mysterio. Number 31, the first appearance of Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, and Miles Warren. Amazing Spider-Man 41, first appearance of Rhino in a 4.0 and a 7.5. You'll have to excuse me, guys, I'm fighting a little bit of a cold with these new Montana germs, I guess. Wolverine Limited Series number 1, 9.8, first solo Wolverine comic. Amazing Spider-Man 569 second print, first appearance, cameo appearance of Anti-Venom. Amazing Spider-Man 121 in an 8.5, Death of Gwen Stacy. Number 194 in a 9.6, first appearance of Black Cat. 238 in a 9.4, first appearance of the Hobgoblin. What If number 10, the first Jane Foster as Thor out of Marvel Comics continuity. Silver Surfer number 1, Origin of the Silver Surfer, Tales of the Watcher Begin, Origin of the Watcher, 4.5. He has the entire run of Silver Surfer, so I just pulled number 1 and 4, because those are the main keys to admire, and you know, stay tuned for the future live shows and stuff for the entire run. This is the classic cover and first interior inks by Sal Buscema. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8, 9.8 white pages, origin of the alien symbiote that eventually bonds with Eddie Brock and becomes Venom. How about 1, 2, 3 copies of that? And I have them all listed separately because, you know, they're slightly different. Spider-Woman number 1, off-white to white, 9.8, origin of Spider-Woman. Incredible Hulk number 102. This is continued from Tales to Astonish 101. I hate how they did that, but that's what they did. Hulk 180 in a 6.0, first cameo of Wolverine, and a Hulk 181 in an 8.0 white pager, first full appearance, and a 6.5 white pager. So I have 3 copies of this right now, 6.5, 8.0, and 8.5. Submariner number 1 in an 8.5. How about a little razzle dazzle? The first appearance of Taylor Swift in comics. You know I'm kidding, guys. First appearance of the Dazzler, X-Men 139.4 and a 9.6. Tomb of Dracula number 1 in a 9.4. First appearance of Dracula. She-Hulk 1 in a 9.8 white newsstand edition. Oh, another copy, newsstand edition. These were the 2 that he did not have signed and graded himself. We have Avengers 57, signed by Stan Lee, first appearance of the Vision in a 5.0. And Avengers number 4, signed by Stan Lee in a 4.5, the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. And what I love most about this book is just that top left price box. Look at the Giant Man and the Wasp, Hulk, Iron Man. I mean, this is just such a classic, awesome key. So as I said, guys, this was just a taste of those collections. This is some more of it here, and that is some more of it there. So there's still probably 250 books or so that we haven't gone through. I just wanted to get this video up so that we could start making some deals and getting some shows scheduled and stuff like that. That was wild, right? I mean, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of the video. I mean, it does not get much better than that, folks. We can aim for it, but I don't know that it will ever get much better than that. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like for your chance to win a free slab each and every month here on the YouTube channel. Sign up for that newsletter at brycecomics.com. Use code COLLECT10 while you're there for 10% off all in-stock items. Follow me on Whatnot, link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase. Some exciting new shows coming up, and follow me over on Instagram as well for trades for grails and other fresh content over there. Thanks as always, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.